Hello there, just wanted to show you the cup holder I designed. Had a few issues with tea and other beverages being spilt on my desk. It was quite an annoyance. So I designed a cup holder to avoid having that drama being spilt all over my desk. So you just put in something to prevent the heat from being spread to the plastic. And then you can just very simply put your cup of tea, which fits in very nicely, or very simply bigger glasses that can also fit quite snugly. Two holes to screw it to whatever surface you want, and there you go. I'll be putting the link on where to download the STL file in the description. The very first thing I do is I create a cylinder that's very slightly bigger than the glass I've shown you. This ensures that cup holder is going to be of the correct size at the very first try. Once I'm satisfied with the size of the cup holder, I then make a slit that extends from top to bottom to both accommodate the handle of the cup, but also make cleaning a little bit easier. I then make the edges of that slit rounder, just to make it a little bit more pleasant to handle. 90-degree angles are not very pleasant to touch. Then it's the part that's stuck against the wall or my bed in my case. Once everything is good, I then make the screws that are going to go through the cup holder. I could go through the plastic directly using a screw, but by doing that I run the risk of splitting the plastic, and it would be a little bit of a pity if a few hours of printing were to be completely wasted because I was impatient in doing 5 to 10 minutes of design. So 2 screws to hold everything in place correctly. I then use a cone. That cone is used to smoothen the edges of the inside. And once I'm satisfied, I then used a combination of 2 different cones. This cone combination, like a hollow cone, is to smooth out the outside part. Once everything is nice and aligned, I degroup everything, regroup it in the correct order. Now I've got these 290-degree edges, so I use wedges to remove them both. Not quite satisfied yet, so correct that. And once I'm satisfied with those wedges, I then make the slit slightly big on top. This means that the handle of the cup is going to be much nicer to put in, as it's going to be guided. As I'm satisfied with that, I very simply add text on the side, just because I thought it was a nice touch. Do note that since I do not want to use any support for that text, I only put it in barely a millimeter. This ensures that the text is not going to require any support, which could be a massive pain to remove. So as I checked, I realized that a part of the text was not visible. So I realigned correctly. See here I'm checking with this 3D printer software, realigning the text to make sure it is up as I want, and then I make sure everything is going to be printed as I intend it to be. Mounting it is really fairly straightforward. I just put in those 2 screws by hand, let them stick a little bit, press hard so it holds in place, screw them in completely into the wood. If you do put it in a wall, I do recommend using a molly or some kind of anchor, just to make sure it stays in place when you're going to be using it. I then put in a saucer. This really is to ensure that the heat doesn't transmit directly to the plastic underneath, as it would deform it over time, which would not make it as pleasant. You can pretty much use anything, a cardboard if you're in a dire situation, but any saucer can that fits will do. There you have it, a cup holder. Nice and snugly fit right next to me at arm's reach, and no more spills, especially if the glass is empty to begin with. Details. See ya, thank you for watching the video.